To run Meshtastic-SDR, first we need to go ahead and clone the repository. That's on gitlab.com/crankylinuxuser/meshtastic_SDR. Once we've cloned that, we'll also have to install GnuRadio as a prerequisite. After that, you'll be presented with a host of different directories here. The first ones we care about are the GnuRadio scripts. Inside here, there's receive and transmit directories. We'll want to go to receive first. From there, there's this is split up into EU and US frequencies. And in this case, we're going to be looking at the 250 kilohertz presets for the US. We have that here. And we'll be presented this flow. And from here, you'll notice that there's 5 different subflows in here. Each of these are labeled appropriately: short, fast, short, slow. And one we really care about right now is the long fast. That's the default that most people run to communicate. Now, from here, we'll want to make sure that we have the right source device. In my case, I'm using a HackRF instead of an RTL-SDR. However, this only requires 1 megahertz of bandwidth, so an RTL-SDR easily suffices in this case. We'll go ahead and execute this script. And as we see, we start seeing traffic here. However, we will see in the bottom block here on the standard output if we detect any LoRa data. What we really care about is this flow, which is the long fast, and we've bound using 0MQ to port 20004. And then from here, we're able to connect to IP address to 20004 over ZMQ to then parse this data as we see coming in right now. Okay. Now, if we go back to the primary directory and go to Python scripts, we can open up a terminal and we go ahead and do this. We want the RX. We want to do help just to see what options are available, and there's the options that we need. We need -N for net, and we're going to just do 0000. We're going to do -P, and the port, as we see here, is 20004. Now, since we're not messing with encryption, it's a default key. We'll go ahead and run this. And now we can just let it sit there. And I'm going to go ahead and now off the screen here, I'm going to connect with my phone to a local node that I have. And I'm just going to go ahead and type in, let me go ahead and connect here. As we see, we get a position app from somebody else. Okay, and now what we're going to do is, it's still syncing a lot of nodes on my phone. There, finally connected. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a hello. And CLU. And there you go. So the first one here, let's go ahead and the first one here is me sending out a message. The second one is somebody else responding to that message with one last hop. So this is how you can easily monitor. There is some data that comes in because it may be too strong or otherwise encryption that we don't have a key to, and we'll see that as invalid protobuf. And see. Okay, now let's go ahead and discontinue this program. And now what we can do here is we're going to stop this flow. I'm going to come back into Meshtastic-SDR and go to the transmit scripts. And what we're going to do here is open up, and I just only have long fast set up in here, but we can set up to any channel we wish. Again, now, in this being 20,004 for long fast, we're treating this as 30,004 for a transmit through this flow. So, now we're going to go ahead and execute this flow. Now, I already have some data that is prepared for this, And I'm going to go back into the Python scripts and transmit. We're going to modify this file here. Oops, wrong one. And I want to send out a prepared note of a node info from one of my machines, because I don't want to send out bad data to the network. Okay, so now, come over here, Python 3, Meshtastic GnuRadio TX original. We want help. And what we're going to do is, again, this is going to be -n for 0.0.0.0 minus P 30,004. And the key is that we're not overwriting the key. And we're going to do a -r because I want raw output. And this string. And if we now look in the debug panel, that data then was sent out, and we now see the Cranky Linux user server, which is currently in Bloomington, Indiana. So that is a demonstration of the receive and transmit flows and the basics on how to use them.